Prételat made a last attempt to persuade Weygand that it was too late to retreat. On the 13th of June, he made the 600-kilometre round trip to see Weygand at GQG, now at the Château de Veigro near Brière in the southwest. He aimed to urge Weygand to fulfill his promise of 26th of May concerning an armistice. Since Weygand had left for a Comité de Guerre meeting, Prételat was met by General Dumont, Major General at GQG, who remembered finding himself nose to nose with a man pale with fury, spitting out clipped phrases, to the effect that it would be criminal to obey Weygand's impossible order, and that he would be netted like the armies at Dunkirk. Dumont calmly replied that Prételat would have been better advised to visit Georges at the nearby Château de Beauvoir. "Not on my life," replied Prételat. "I'd strangle him." Dumont reassured Prételat that the government was aware of the situation, that Hunsiger's forces were holding firm, and that the enemy was running out of steam. That evening, Georges urged Prételat by telegram to hasten his withdrawal, and noted in his diary that he had ordered him to move rapidly, not in bounds. The next day, on the telephone, Prételat accused Georges of inertia regarding the armistice. Corps, divisional, and regimental commanders agreed that retreat was impossible. They advanced the familiar objections: weakening of the line, months of wasted work, lack of transport, and the absence of a clear objective. General Fernand-Lescun, commanding 43rd Corps in the Vosges-Haguenau sector, saw retreat as nonsense, for he would probably arrive on the Moselle, his destination, with Germans on my arse. In the ouvrage, consciousness of their predicament was intensified by shelling and infiltration, which now affected the Luxembourg border too. Late on the 12th of June, Lieutenant Graville and the other Bréant ouvrage block chiefs were called to the commander's room. Over a glass of wine, they learned the stupefying news that 58 DI would leave at 21:30 hours that very evening. They devised plans to defend neighbouring casemates and their own surface themselves. Since rumours were spreading, Graville gave his own turret crew the news. Consternation. A poignant silence. My eyes wet, but I recover. Graville urged the men to have confidence in him and put France first. As the men resumed work, he went to his room, threw himself on his bed, and wept.